Hi, hello everyone. Welcome to CRI Learn Chinese. And for our domestic viewers, 欢迎来到英语环球广播的直播. You are looking at Niuniu with Tony in the studio. And yes, we
Hey guys.
are. Hi. Yeah, say hello. I always say a lot of introduction stuff, and you should jump in more often. People love you.
Well, I'm not going to jump in too much. Just as I can.
Ooh.
But yes, just bear with me.
Don't say that. I am so grateful that you are in the studio doing the show with me and we get to, share our insights about language and culture and life with our dear friends from the other side of the internet. I'm
And
very
most
grateful for
importantly, we
that.
get to learn some Chinese, right?
Oh,
To take
yes.
away.
Yes, that is a very important part for our friends, especially on CRI Learn Chinese Facebook page. And I've received a lot of fun comments from our Chinese friends as well, saying
Always
that,
do.
this Chinese teaching show is good to learn English as well because you guys talk in English a lot and it's good for my listening and it's very fun to do because when you listen to how you actually describe Chinese culture points to foreign friends, they get to learn one or two expressions so they can use in their daily life as well when they communicate with their foreign friends.
Yeah, and yeah, I have a few Chinese friends who tune in to the
Right?
program, and they think it's pretty awesome. They get to learn a little bit of English and laugh at my mistakes.
Oh,
So,
yeah, that is also a very good part. And as always, since we are doing a live stream of the making, the producing of a radio show or a podcast show, we will be taking questions and shouting out to you guys in the beginning, in between the recording, and after the recording. So we're going to actually record two parts of one podcast show called Take Away Chinese, 随行汉语. Learn the Chinese name of the show, 随行汉语. I realized I never taught you that.
I know, and it just goes right over my head every show. So let's say that again slowly.
随行汉语.
随行汉语.
Perfect.
Okay.
So 汉语, 随 is 跟随, so with. 行 is it's a little bit like tag along, a little like attached. So 随行汉语 means that no matter where you're going, no matter where you go, what are you doing? You can actually have the show tag along in your phone. You have your earphones in your ears and you do your chores or exercise or commute and you can always have the show with you. 随行汉语. Take away Chinese.
随行汉语.
Perfect.
Got
随
it.
行汉语. All right, so let's see who are already with us. I would like to say hello to many of you on Facebook as well as on our 英语环球广播 platform
What kind
on
of platform?
微博.
Oh, Weibo.
Yes.
Why did it sound so much longer when you said it just now?
Because 英语环球广播 is the account name of us. So if you are searching on Weibo, you want to search for 英语环球广播. If you're on Facebook, you want to search for CRI Learn Chinese. And if you're on YouTube, perhaps you are, it is also Learn Chinese. But make sure you look for the logo of ours.
Hold on.
Very important. And I'm saying hello to Christian. Christian, 你好. 你好, 牛牛, Tony, 高, 小树, all the team. We also have 小杰 behind a transparent glass.
There she is.
She is saying hi and she is doing the high techie stuff, managing everything, making sure you guys can see and hear us clearly. So hats off to her as well. Thank you. And I'm also saying hi to Jessica Trevino. You are saying hello from Mexico. Hello to you
Hey.
too. Hi. And we have Mark saying it's Thanksgiving Eve. Oh, for you, it's Thanksgiving. Oh, that's a nice coincidence. We get to talk about thank you and how to respond to thank you mostly here in this episode on Thanksgiving night. And to be frankly, I think for especially this year, there's a lot to be thankful for. So yes, we're gonna
Yes.
talk about that. And Mac saying hello. Mac, you got a very nice profile photo. Lovely, very beautiful.
Okay. What
Seriously.
are we looking at here?
A very nice photo. I am always very generous when it comes to giving praises.
Yeah.
Because I think it's a nice thing to do, and I genuinely think this is a really good photo. Mac, you should say more things and make more comments so more people would get to see your awesome profile photo. And also I'm saying hello to Selden. Hello, Selden. Happy to have you here. Steve, you're here always. Ola to you too. NKB, hello to you. And Christian saying hello, Tony, my buddy.
All right. I got a hello there. All right.
Tony. Christian actually said, hello, Tony, my buddy of the Bad Tone Club.
The Bad Tone Club.
You're
all right.
starting something. You're starting something. I don't want
Yes.
to say bad,
That's
but
awesome.
that's not, you should start like I said, correct tone club. Let's make it tones to be improved club. Don't say it's a bad tone club.
So for those that are just hearing this, it's the last class that we had.
Yeah, the last class.
I have a really bad habit of pronouncing everything wrong in Chinese. So
Probably not everything, but
a lot of things. And so we were talking about maybe setting up another group or another podcast called the Bad Tone Group.
So what you're gonna do? You're gonna say things
We're
in
gonna
all
pronounce
wrong tones
everything wrong.
and make people guess what you mean.
Pretty much, yeah.
That sounds like a very challenging podcast.
No, actually, I think that would make things a lot easier because everything would be one tone,
Ooh.
but no one would understand. So yeah,
No one would understand.
But it'd be pretty funny though.
Well, debatable for me. Okay, I'm also saying hello to Louise Clark. Happy to have you. Tan and Jamari, happy to have you here. All of you guys are joining in. And Senju, ni hao to Hamas. And we have Hamad Mohammed saying hello. And Wal Magjuk saying hello from South Sudan. Ooh, that's cool.
All right.
And Mark is asking, in China, it is common to refer Mandarin as 普通话. Do the Chinese ask each other, do you speak 汉语? 你说汉语吗? The thing is, we
feel like
would
I've heard
say,
both.
yeah, we would say, 你说汉语吗? Do you speak Chinese? 你说中文吗? Do you speak Chinese? 你说普通话吗? Do you speak 普通话?
Yeah.
You would hear that all three versions. Yeah.
3 ways to say Chinese, so you gotta learn them all. It took time for me.
Max saying 非常感谢姐妹，不客气，因为我说的是实话，真的很美。See, she said, thank you so much for complimenting the profile photo. And I said, you're very welcome, and you don't have to thank me because I'm only stating the truth. See, that is a good way to reply to a thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, and I'm also saying hello to MD Rakibul, saying hi from Bangladesh, and Jose saying hello. MD asking, how are you? I'm very well, thank you. How are you, Tony?
I'm doing pretty good. I mean, it's, well, first of all, I love learning Chinese. Nowadays, I'm trying to actually be able to have a conversation. I feel like I've been here long enough, and my Chinese is still not good. So I'm always look forward to having this class.
Oh, that's very nice. And let me say hello to some friends on Weibo as well. 微博的小伙伴们. Oh, we have Sherry Yang saying, nice to meet you guys online again. Nice to meet you too. And
Hey,
thank you for giving a comment. And Yang is apparently a sophisticated and also very smart and knowledgeable person because they're saying 除了 thank you, we also say appreciate. That's true in English. Say appreciate. Say grateful. Grateful is a little bit deeper and in a higher level than thank you, right?
Oh, so that's where you got all that just from that message, right?
No, that's what Yang is saying.
Okay.
And also gratitude, cheers, and merci.
Oh,
Merci
this is
beaucoup.
French, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, and gracias, possibly.
Oh, that's
Italian, Spanish.
Gracias.
Gracias. So yes, different ways of saying thank you. So please let me know, how do you say thank you in your own language? That'll be a fun challenge. And also, if you'd like to let's say, be thankful for 3 things in your life, particularly today, what would you say thank you to? Who would you say thank you to? What things would you say thank you to? Probably you can leave that comment to our comment segment, to our comment session, and we'll be addressing all of the lovely comments a little bit later after the first part of our show is concluded recording. So yes, let's get started on that. And if you have just tuning in, this is Niuniu and Tony here. We are about to record a podcast show called Takeaway Chinese. You can find them on anywhere you find your podcast. And in the meantime, it will be lovely that you can leave us your comments and thoughts, and also probably give us a thumbs up or share the live stream. So, okay, so let's, without further ado, get started in the recording. You here, very grateful for you being here in the studio.
Oh, thank you for having me. And I have to say, you look really dressed up today. It
Oh,
looks really good.
thank you. Thank you very much. You know, the reason that I'm so really dressed up is because in the recording of our lovely Takeaway Chinese podcast show, we actually sometimes do live streams as well. So for our dear listeners, if you want to see the recording process of the show, you can also go to Facebook page CRI Learn Chinese.
So do they get to see you like do your hair and put all the makeup on?
Yeah, they're gonna
and
see the whole package. And also, I think I'm very grateful for having high technology writing hand that we can use to make it easier for us to, be closer to our audience and
Yeah.
have them have enough access to learn the language and learn
Still
about
amazing that
China.
I think it's amazing people from all over the world are up, like in the United States right now. In some places it's 2 a.m.
Yes.
and people are still, messaging and, asking about the show. And I think it's, the dedication is pretty awesome.
Yeah, and for some of our old friends, you might have already got to the theme of today's live stream.
Yeah.
The theme of today's podcast, because we are talking about the things that we are really, really thankful for, really grateful for. And that is because in today's episode, we're going to talk about different ways to express your gratitude and also different ways to respond to thank you in Chinese.
Awesome.
So for our dear listeners, if you're interested in Chinese culture and you want to get a grips with the Chinese language, this is the show for you. Stick with us for 30 minutes and you soon see the rewards. And for more fun Chinese learning, follow our Facebook page, CRI Learn Chinese, to watch many fun videos and live streams. But now, let's provide you with some free Chinese for takeaway.
Chinese 101, a promise beyond the basics.
谢谢你帮我修电脑。不用谢，这是我应该做的。不不不，要不是你，我的文件都会丢。多亏你了，你太客气了。Every single time when I read it super slowly and
Oh, those tones
clear.
are amazing. I don't
Right?
think I could ever sound like that. But this conversation's, I think it's, we all have to know how to say thank you, right?
Yes.
And I also think that there's got to be more to say than just you're welcome. There's a lot of people turn down your generosity and they try to be humble. So
Yes.
I think this is a really it's a good conversation. I feel like in China, a lot of times when I thank people or when I praise people, they kind of push it back at me. And at first I didn't know why that was being done, but now it makes sense.
We want to be polite in all different ways. When we're saying thank you, we prepare several ways to say it in our pocket. So when the receiving end of the thank you reject one, we can get out one more and push it and get one more and go. And the same thing happened to when people are saying thank you to us. We push it back with one word and, reach for the pocket and find another word to say, no, don't say thank you. It's just, being polite in a sophisticated way, language-wise.
I see. Okay.
Okay, so let's now start learning how to say those things.
Yeah, let's do it.
For the first sentence, 谢谢你帮我修电脑.
So this is thank you for helping me with my computer. So 谢谢 is, well, I think everyone knows this one. This is thank you.
Thank you, 谢谢。
谢谢你，你帮我. So you, 你, 帮 is help.
Yes.
我 is me, so or I, right? So you, thank you, you help me. 修, and this 修 is like repair or fix, right?
Yes, 修 would be a repair, fix, amend, basically make something that are broken, non-broken again.
Okay. And 电脑 is, I just learned this one. This is computer.
Computer. Do you know what 电 is?
电, no, I don't.
Electric.
Oh.
And 脑.
Now, no.
Brain.
Electric brain?
Electric brain. See, you've got an actual human brain that designed an electric brain. So yes,
That's pretty
电脑.
clever. So a computer in Chinese actually means electric brain.
Yeah,
Pretty
and
awesome.
let me throw you another one. 电话.
Oh, that's a phone.
That's a phone, but
Yeah.
it's electric speak.
Electric speak.
Yeah, because
Oh,
we know
话,
说话,
right,
right? So
right,
it's
right.
something electric that helps you to speak. So electric speak, 电话.
Interesting.
It is interesting.
Yeah.
The funny thing about the Chinese language is that it's a character-based language. So each character already carries certain meanings.
Yeah.
And when you put them together, you can be very creative and, come up with words. And that is not the privilege of ancient people who were responsible for creating the language. Chinese modern young kids create new words every day,
Slang.
every minute,
Yeah.
slangs, and probably after a while, that slang words would become actual
Mainstream.
words that you see in even, let's say, dictionaries.
That's how it works.
That's how it works, and that
Yep.
is fun. And that makes learning Chinese not only, let's say, useful, but also interesting when you discover different meaning of words and put them together. Something new jumps out.
Yeah, and it's like I think the more people that use it, then that's when it becomes an actual word. Like for a while, I was taught as a kid not to use the word ain't.
Oh,
And,
really?
yeah, when I was a kid, it was like that's not English, don't use that. But after a while, so many people started using it.
Yeah.
It's in the dictionary now.
It is in the dictionary now. Okay, so 电脑, electric brain or computer. So here, 谢谢你帮我修电脑. Thank you for a literal translation would be thank you that you helped me fix my computer. But of course, in English, you say thank you for helping me with the
Thanks
computer.
for doing your job.
Yes, thank you for doing that. And the response here is 不用谢，这是我应该做的.
So this is you're welcome, and that's what I'm supposed to do. So 不用谢. So this is a way of saying you're welcome.
Yes.
And then 这是 this is this.
This.
Right? And then 我 this is like I. 应该 this is like should.
Should.
Okay. And then 做 is do.
Do.
And then the is like something it's like a how do I say this? Possessive, the possessive, right?
It can be used as the possessive, but at the same time, there are certain verbs in the Chinese language that cannot be put at the end of the sentence. In that case, sometimes you put a l at the end, sometimes you put a d at the end, depending on the meaning or the collocation or the actual pairing up of it.
Okay.
So it depends. And here it's the 不用谢 is no need to thank. So you're welcome. That's the one way you say you're
No
welcome.
need to thank.
No need to
Okay.
thanks. And 这是我应该做的. This is what I'm supposed to do. This is what I should do. This is my job. Something like that. So this is one way of turning down, so-called turning down
Turning
of a
down.
thanks.
Yeah.
And of course, you're going to say it one more time. So you say, 不不不,要不是你,我的文件都会丢,多亏你了.
No, if it hadn't been for you, all my files would have been lost. Thank you so much. So, boo, boo, boo. This is kind of overt, right? You
Yeah.
could just say boo once, but you say it 3 times.
No,
right?
no, 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 no.
No. And 要不是 so this is a way of saying like if you hadn't done or if it weren't for you or right. So 要不是你我的 so my 文件. This is a like file.
File.
Okay, like computer file, electric file, right?
Oh, actually, actual files can also be 文件. 文 carries the meaning of words or languages or articles, whereas 件 is a particle or a piece of something. So
Okay.
if it's a piece of paper with words on it, it's basically a document or a file.
So soft and hard copies.
Yes, 文件.
文件. Do, this is like all, right?
All.
And then hui, I think this
Wood.
is like wood or will.
Will, yes.
And then dio, this is lost.
Lost or
Yeah.
missing. So, do you know what lost people would mean? 丢人.
Oh, dioren. Okay, so in English, I mean, when I hear lost people, that could be people that are at some place and don't know where they're going, or just people who have no clue on what they're doing in life.
Actually, in Chinese, 丢人 means that you're doing something that you're embarrassing yourself. So you're kind of like lost in that sense. I think
Okay.
it's a funny one. So
Dioren.
丢人, yes. But here, 我的文件都会丢. I would lose all my files. I would miss all my files.
Okay.
All the
but
files would be
sometimes I
lost.
guess I could be a dioren because
No, you're not.
my English, my Chinese is not so good. So
No. People would just say 你的中文太好了 when you just
太好了。
throw out a thank 你好 or 谢谢 something like that. And 多亏你了.
多亏你了. This is this one's also kind of interesting. It's like it's all thanks to you.
Yes, 多亏你了 is a little bit like all these are happening because of you. I'm owning it to you. I'm so lucky that I have you. So it carries a little bit meaning of I am lucky because you are here kind of sentiment. So 多亏你了 is like saying, "Ooh, you've done me a great favor. Thank you so much."
Yeah, it's all thanks to you. Couldn't
All
have done it
thanks to
without you.
Yes, couldn't have done it without you. 多亏你了. 你太客气了.
你太客气了. This is you are very welcome, which is a little okay. So it says ni. This is you. Tai.
Yes.
So 客气 is welcome, right?
Yes.
But it says tai 客气了. Tai is like too much or like something that's too much or right.
Yes. Actually, we know 客气 is welcome, but if you again separate the characters, 客 is a guest, whereas 气 is the atmosphere, the feeling. So saying 你太客气了, you're just saying you're being too nice. You're treating yourself as a guest, but actually I see you as a really close friend. So you don't have to be so polite. So that's why 客气 can mean welcome. And 你太客气了, you're very welcome. You don't have to be so polite.
Or maybe you're too kind.
You're too kind.
You're too kind.
Yes.
Because 不客气 is like
Don't be.
yeah, don't be too kind. Like you're welcome. Another way of saying you're welcome, right?
Another way of saying you're welcome.
Okay.
So, yeah, so now in the conversation, we would see different ways of saying thank you and different ways of saying you're welcome. And do you have any other questions towards it, actually?
That was pretty much it because I know there's quite a few ways to say you're welcome, and yeah, I've always heard 不客气, but 你太客气 I've never heard. So
If you think about it closely, they are really similar because 别客气 or 不客气 don't be like this, and also 你太客气了 you're too like this. So,
you're too kind.
you're too kind.
Yeah.
You're too kind.
Okay.
All right, let me be the one who's saying thank you, and you can turn me down in different ways, I guess.
Okay.
谢谢你帮我修电脑。
不用谢，这是我应该做的。
不，要不是你，我的文件都会丢，多亏你了。
你太客气了。
All right, that is the conversation. And if there's any questions, you are very welcome to leave the question with us and we'll take them later. You're listening to Takeaway Chinese with myself, Niuniu and Tony. We would love to hear from you. Send us your thoughts by email to learnchinese@cri.com.cn. Coming up next, let's learn showing gratitude in a sophisticated way, and of course, turning it down or saying you're welcome in different ways as well. Don't go away, so you will take some Chinese away. And that is how we start or actually finish recording the first part of Takeaway Chinese. I think you might have already picked it up that we have two basic parts. The first part being a conversation that we break down part by part, sentence by sentence, actually word by word.
Right.
So we learn different words, and then we'll in the second part, we would actually explain different ways, introduce different ways of saying certain things, and discuss the cultural side of the story.
Yes, the cultural elaboration.
The cultural elaboration. And let's see that we have many friends on also Weibo as well as
Nice.
Learn Chinese Facebook page giving us comments. And I think for this specific live stream, the internet connection is not super really very
Never is.
very well, which makes the
Can you guys still see us?
I think they can still see us, but it's a little bit like still shots one after one.
Boy.
But I think you guys can hear us quite well.
Stop motion picture.
So I would recommend you for this specific live stream, possibly you can take a piece of loose leaf, grab a pen, start writing
bathroom
down
break.
things. No.
Intermission.
Start writing down things and learn about the language and repeat after me. You don't really have to focus on the screen yet. You still get to learn a lot of things. So try a different kind of approach, possibly, if the internet is still not very, smooth. And of course, I want to say hi to you. Thank you guys so much for being here. I want to say, 你好, saying 老师谢谢您. No, thank you for being here and being very sweet. 不客气，这是我应该做的。
你太客气了。
你太客气了。See, it's very useful. And we have a friend's name. I do not know how to pronounce. Sorry for that. You're
Is this
saying
on Weibo?
No, this is on Facebook.
Okay.
You're saying love watching you here in Doha, Qatar. That's why I
Qatar.
do not know how to pronounce the name, by the way. But thank you so much for being here.
All right.
And we say you win with us. We also see your welcome in our Arabic is afwa, afwan, afwan,
Afwan.
afwan. I'm gonna say afwan. And Christian saying, we hear you well, only the video is a little frozen. That's true. I see that too. But hopefully you guys can, take the advantage of the fact that you are no longer distracted by my stunning look.
I was waiting for it. I was like, okay, how's she
Yeah,
going to
I'm
say
gonna
that?
say that for my stunning look and grab a piece of paper and writing down the Chinese words. Oh, I'm just kidding, guys. I'm sorry for the internet connection, but yeah, we are still trying to make the best of it, like we always do in life.
Yes, indeed.
Taking it into a sophisticated level to avoid the fact that we're having bad internet connection. That's what I was doing. Okay, let me continue to say hi. Oh, thank you in Arabic is shukran. 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 Ooh, shukran. Something worth watching. You are very welcome. No, thank you guys so much. Christian saying in Chinese, they use the word electric, 电, as an adjective or emotional state too. Like, I drink many coffee. I feel electric today because we can use it like that, like this. I do not think we do that in Chinese. 电 can be electric. It can also be electricity or... So yeah, it can be both an adjective and a noun. But we do not
It's not
really...
a mood?
It's not a mood. It is a technic related word instead of emotional related
Yeah,
word.
because in English, I guess you could say, this person is electric.
Oh, really?
It means like they attract people around them, so that kind of works. So I think
Yeah, I
that's-
don't think that is the same situation in Chinese. Ooh, I learned something today, and thank
Yeah.
you for that amazing question, Christian. And we have Daniel saying, Mac, your post drew my attention. It very much fun. Ooh. Oh, you guys are talking to each other, addressing some issue in between you. I would not make it I would not make it, out to the world. You guys can address your issue.
A and B conversation.
A
Huh?
and B conversation. Giovanni saying when they create new slang words, how do they write in Chinese? That's the beauty in Chinese. In Chinese, because we are a character-based language, so you have characters having some meanings already, and you put them together. Voila, you have words. So in that case, when you're creating new words, you do not really need to create new characters. So
Nice.
yeah, so it's you write them the way you write them. You always write them.
Yeah.
That's easy, right? But in English, I guess if you want to create a new words, you need to have new spelling, new ways of spelling.
New ways of spelling. That's right. And I think that's kind of how the language changes over time too.
Yeah, that's very interesting. And sometimes I feel like Chinese young kids these days would create new ways of saying things, combining the use of Chinese characters and English letters, sometimes even numbers. And when they mix them together, I just do not know what they're saying. Not even a little bit. But that's funny.
Well, shema is like what,
What?
in Chinese, right? And then have you heard gamma?
干嘛?
Gamma. Is that also what? But just
干嘛? Yes, a little bit.
okay.
A little bit like what you're doing kind of thing.
Okay. So that's an example of how things change with time.
Yeah, things do change with time. And we have Jeremy saying, when you speak super slowly, reminded me like in a Chinese opera during my stay at home town, Malaysia village. Oh, thank you. I love it when you guys are giving this kind of sharing with long comments and describing a certain situation. That's very
Malaysian village.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Very interesting. And 谢谢你，多谢，非常客气，不客气，没事儿。You are good. He is giving all different ways of saying thank you and you're welcome. We'll dig into that a little bit later in the second half of the recording. So don't jump in too fast. And Max saying, Tony, we are 13 hours ahead here on the East Coast. Oh, 13 hours ahead.
13. So it's about maybe 3. No, 1:30 over there?
13 hours early. Yeah, 1:30. Christian saying, in Spanish, we use gracias and muchas gracias. But in my country, Costa Rica, we use a slang phrase, pura vida, or pure, which means pure life, to say thanks and many other things. Oh, that's very nice.
Costa Rica. All right.
Costa Rica. And we have Andro saying, nice one. I'm improving my Chinese language. Thank you. Thank you so much. Mark saying, please expose beautiful Chinese songs to the world from shows like I Am a Singer and singers like Li Zhuan, Han Hong, Zhou Shen, and many more. I have been watching them on YouTube. Yeah, in the future, probably we can do a karaoke live stream. I'll grab Tony and we'll be in a little KTV booth.
You know what? That would
I'll
be
grab you as well.
that
so
would
we
be a
can-
really cool way to learn Chinese as well, because I can't sing Chinese songs yet, but I think that would probably be a cool way to learn.
That would be a cool way to learn. And that would be a really great way for you people in the wrong tone club, because in like songs you can never get the right tone.
Well, yeah, the tones don't matter, right?
The tones
They don't matter. That's right.
No, they don't matter at all.
That's part of my campaign. It doesn't matter.
Tones doesn't matter.
They don't
really.
matter.
I see. That's the problem. When you're holding an attitude like that, you're just gonna influence more people and join your club.
That's right.
I fear the kind of people you're gonna gather. Okay, let's see what are some other comments you guys are sharing me with, which, by the way, thank you so much for doing that. We have Nancy 老师照顾好自己, take care of yourself. Thank you very much. That's very sweet of you, and to you too. And I think, again, in this special period of time, Anna also saying 万事如意, wish all things go smooth. Thank you. like I said, in a little kind of strange time like this,
Yeah.
we would find it ever so grateful for a lot of things in the world. And that is also why we picked this theme as the theme of the live stream of the episode. And when we were, digging into the archive of the Learn Chinese little world we have here, we found out that we've been talking about thank you not only this one time, several times. And we actually had a video talking about the thanks, the gratitude you hold for your parents, which are probably the people that you should thank the most in the world.
Yeah.
So, yes, let's take a watch at that video and refresh your memory. Let's see how to say one very nice lyrics, well, actually lines, verses from a poem to show your gratitude to your mother. Let's watch.
慈母手中线，游子身上衣。临行密密缝，意恐迟迟归。谁言寸草心，报得三春晖。唐代诗人孟郊的这首《游子吟》，生动表达了中国人深厚的家庭情结。
Song of the Parting Sun, 游子吟, is one of the most famous classical Chinese poems. Chinese President Xi Jinping quoted this poem in his Spring Festival greetings in February of 2015 to stress the importance of family ties. Meng Jiao wrote the poem when he was 50 years old. After years of separation, he was reunited with his elderly mother, and they reminisced about the moment when he was preparing to leave home. The poem depicts a mother's love for her son, as well as the son's gratitude towards his mother. The meaning of the first 4 verses is pretty clear. They talk about Meng Jiao's mother with needle and thread in hand, stitching warm clothes for her son who is going away. The last 2 verses of the poem, 谁言寸草心，报得三春晖, are a popular expression used to describe motherly love. They're different from the first 4 verses because Meng Jiao switches from describing a scene to using a metaphor to make his point. 谁言 tells the reader that this is a rhetorical question. 寸草心 means the heart of sprouting grass. 报得 means to repay, and 三春晖 means 3 years of spring sunshine. Taken together, it means how can the tiny sprouting grass ever thank the sun for the light and warmth that it needed to grow? By this, Meng Jiao is posing the question, how could a child possibly repay their mother for the warm love that she gave them when they were growing up? The poem is a reminder of the importance of maintaining a sense of gratitude for the contribution of your parents to your life. Let's read it together.
游子吟，唐·孟郊。慈母手中线，游子身上衣。临行密密缝，意恐迟迟归。谁言寸草心，报得三春晖。Song of the Parting Sun by the Tang Dynasty poet Meng Jiao, translated by Xu Yuanchong. The thread in mother's hand, a gown for the parting sun, sewn stitch by stitch, alas, for fear of cold he'll stand. Such kindness of warm sun can't be repaid by grass.
All right, that's the video. I do not know if you still remember the video from, I think, the year before last year. How time flies.
Time goes by really fast.
Yeah.
Especially this year.
Well, yes, especially this year. But like I said, we are being grateful for a lot of things, and especially we would think, or it's a nice thing to think of the things that we've been taking for granted for so long. And that is why we, brought about this video talking about the things we have to our parents. Because just like the sun, that is providing the energy to the entire world, to all the plants, and to be frankly, all the creatures on Earth. Our parents are the ones that are giving unconditional love to us, and we're kind of taking for granted sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
So yes, be grateful and thank your parents. Call your mom today.
Grateful. How do we say that in Chinese?
感恩
Gan
恩
en.
感恩 yes 感恩 So well, we know 感谢 is thank you.
Right.
感恩 is a little bit stronger, carries a stronger tone. 感恩, so being grateful.
So if you want to say I am grateful, you would say 我感恩.
Yeah, you can say that.
Okay.
感恩. Okay, Christian saying, what a beautiful and sweet poem. Yes, it is really very sweet. And in the future, probably we would share more Chinese poems because I recently realized that in Chinese poems, a very common ways of writing, a very common, let's say, allusion or figure of speech is that they would compare things. They would sometimes come up with a beautiful comparison or a beautiful story before let's say, transcending the feeling or the sentiment they wanted to share. So it can be quite beautiful and nice. So yeah, we can share more of that. Mac is also saying 那个故事很美丽, a beautiful story. Thank you, all of you guys for that. Giovanni saying nice music. I'm glad you can all pick something you like. There's never lack of beauty in the world, only the lack of a pair of eyes that can find beauty.
Lack of a pair of eyes, huh?
Well, I say things.
Too many blind people, huh?
That's not what I said, and don't say that. Okay, Anand saying 中国和巴基斯坦关系很好. Yes. I love Chinese so another friend saying I love Chinese so much. All the actors are very great, especially Yang Mi, 迪丽热巴. Hey, you like really pretty girls, huh?
Who doesn't?
Who doesn't? Good. That's true. Christian saying, yes, I'm today in the club. Cannot wait to recruit more people.
He's in the club?
He's in your club. Your,
Awesome.
never get the tone right club.
That's awesome.
It's not, but it's, awesome in a wrong way.
Starting a movement. Great.
Okay, so we have had this really fun conversation, but let's continue the recording, which includes more fun content.
All right.
And again, for our dear friends on all the platforms, please make sure that you take notes while you're watching the show. I was just trying to tell Tony that sometimes when the internet is really not smooth, in Chinese we would say 卡成 PPT. It means that instead of having a video, you can imagine yourself watching a PowerPoint presentation with Tony and Niuniu.
With pictures of us.
With pictures
talking.
of us talking, and you can take notes and learn your Chinese. And, humor us. All right, let's continue the recording
They
then.
should send us pictures of what it looks like when,
Oh,
when
yeah,
it
you can do that
freezes.
too.
Yeah.
You can send us pictures of
And we
what
have
it
like
looks
these weird faces when it freezes.
Oh, it must be.
That'd be pretty funny.
Yeah, please don't share mine. Just, share Tony's. I'm kidding. You can do whatever you want. Okay, let's start the second half.
All right.
Language tips. All you need to learn about Chinese culture and have fun.
Welcome back to Takeaway Chinese. I'm Niu Honglin with Tony in the studio. Tony, hello again.
Hello.
Okay, so let's start by asking you how many ways you know to say you're welcome.
You're welcome. Well, we did a couple of them. 不客气.
不客气, yes.
不用谢.
不用谢.
没事.
没事. You're good.
太客气了.
太客气了. See, you're actually covering 3 different, let's say, kinds. the thing is, 客气 is a main one. 客气 we know it's being too polite, of course. Being too polite. And 太客气了, you're being too polite. 别客气, do not be too polite. And 不要客气, don't be too polite. All these actually mean you're welcome. So
I've also heard just 不用不用.
不用不用. Yes, 不用不用 as well. But here, when it comes to 客气, surrounding 客气, you have different ways. And 不用谢, so 不谢, 不用谢, that is another genre that is surrounding thank you. So 谢 surrounding thank you. You have 不用谢, don't say thank you or don't thank me. You have 不谢, don't thanks, no thanks.
不谢.
Yeah, 不谢 works as well.
Really?
That's the
Don't thank me.
Don't thank
In
me.
English, that just doesn't work. That's just it's kind of mean, you know. Don't thank me.
Oh, really? In Chinese, it actually means you're welcome. So it actually works. And there is another one, which is a little bit longer, but I think it's a funny one. 说什么谢不谢的?
说什么? What did you say?
No, actually, 说什么 is say what?
Say what?
谢不谢的, thank, no thanks, something like that. Why are you saying things related to thank? You know, the relationship between us is so close. The word thank should never happen in our conversation. Why are you saying that? No, don't say that.
Don't ever thank me.
Don't
huh?
ever. That's wrong. That I noticed.
That's also not very nice in English.
No, but 说什么谢不谢的 would mean that the word thank is not supposed to happen. We are so close. You should never thank me. You should, you know.
Do you ever have a relationship so close with someone that you don't ever want them to thank you?
I have those, but the thing is, you say thank you as a habit, especially for the rather younger generation here in Chinese. I think for the elder generation, they do not say thank you or please as much. It's not because they're not polite. It's actually because they believe saying thank you is an example of being too 客气, too polite. And if you actually say thank you to someone you're really close to, they would feel a little bit offended. Even for, again, the elder generation, they would think, why are you saying this? Are you not treating me as one of your best friends anymore? Are you being polite to me? Are you trying to draw a line between you and me? What are you trying to do here? So it was actually the sentiment back then. And you can still pick a trace of that situation from the language we use. That's you don't have to say thank you and you're being too polite. That's why we have those as you are welcome in Chinese.
Interesting.
And the same goes
So
with...
you shouldn't get offended when someone doesn't say thank you.
No, don't get offended, especially if those people are your really close friends or from a rather elder generation in the Chinese society.
That's so different in English
Yeah.
because we're like, if we do something for you and you don't say thank you, we'll say you're welcome.
Asking for a thank you, huh? In a very
No,
passive-aggressive
as
way.
to imply like you should say thank you, but I'll just say you're welcome anyway.
Yeah, well, we don't do that. And the one you mentioned earlier, 不用不用. No need, no need. Again, no need to say thank you. But that is the third types of you're welcome in the Chinese language. That is, you say things like 没事, it's nothing. Don't thank me for doing nothing for you, right? It's nothing. Or 不用, don't. There's no need for saying you're welcome. That's also, oh, excuse me. There is no need for saying thank you in this situation. So it also means you're welcome. And you can also say 没事, it's no
okay.
thing. It's okay. And also, 你太见外了. It's actually related to the being polite one. So 见外 actually means you're treating yourself as an outsider. But for me, you're always the, person in my inner circle person. So 你太见外了, that works too. Which makes me wonder, is there this many ways to say you're welcome or to say thank you in English?
I feel like to say thank you, people don't say it exactly in those words. They'll maybe add a little bit of humor and just say,
I know.
"Oh, you're amazing."
You're amazing, yep.
bless you or bless your heart.
Well, I
Or-
like to say, you saved my life. You're a lifesaver.
You're a lifesaver. Okay, yeah, that one's a bit more used. Yeah, it's just I feel like there's a lot, but we just not always do we say thank you. And I feel like with our close friends, we would just say, "Oh man, this is great. Thanks a lot," or just "Thanks, bro," or something simple.
Something simple,
yeah, not
yes.
too
But
elaborate.
I think the feelings are the same. That is, we want to show our gratitude to whomever that has lent us a hand.
Yeah.
And we also wanted to say, no, you do not have to do that. We're very happy to help as the receiving end of the thank you. Right?
I feel like in English, I don't know, it's kind of funny, the culture's a little different. So
The culture can be a little
people do
different.
kind of like thank yous, and they like to, feel that that you value what they've done for you. So
Yeah. And as a let's say Chinese language sharing show, let me share with you the hardest possibly, okay, not the hardest, the most sophisticated and also a idiom related way of saying you're welcome.
Boy, not gonna remember these. Okay, let me get
But it's
let me
fun.
get my pen.
We say 区区小事何足挂齿.
Oh, wow, that was long.
That is
One more
long.
time.
区区小事何足挂齿.
Okay, what does it mean?
区区小事 would say this is such really a tiny little thing there. 何足 is how is it that it's worth you saying it? You don't even have to say it. And 挂 actually means hand in somewhere. 齿 is your teeth. So it's saying, why are you handing it around? Why are you saying it, putting it into words? How dare you thank me for such a little thing? See, I think it's a funny expression.
Yeah, a little bit.
But if you learn that one, so when people are saying 谢谢 and you say 区区小事何足挂齿, it'd be fun.
Yeah,
It'd be funny, totally funny.
but I wouldn't get the tones right, so they wouldn't understand what I was saying.
When you're saying it completely, even though the tones can be a little bit off, they'll still understand you because there are 8 characters. They won't miss it.
No way to miss it.
Okay, let's try it. 区区小事何足挂齿.
区区
小事
小
事.
事
So such a little matter. 何足挂齿.
何足
区区小事何足挂齿.
挂
区区小事何足挂齿. Now you try it.
区区小事何足挂齿.
Perfect. 区区小事何足挂齿. Such a small thing. Don't need to thank me.
Okay.
But like I said, it was more of a sentiment among the elder generation in China. Nowadays, for the younger people like us, we say thank you all the time, and we actually do also mean it. And it's, a great time to be thankful. So, okay, so Tony, I have a question for you.
Sure.
If I want you to name 3 things that you are thankful for in life, especially in today, what would you say?
Well, I'm from California, and it's pretty warm there, and it's extremely cold in Beijing. So
Okay.
I'm very thankful for 外套
外套.
My jacket.
A coat, a jacket.
and 帽子
帽子.
a hat, because I don't have a lot of hair, so I need to have a hat. And also this year 2020 has been a doozy. So what is it? 好志
活着.
活志.
You want to say
So
活着.
yeah, just being alive.
Being
You know,
alive.
being alive, working. These kinds of things are really a big deal for me. So I'm really thankful for those things.
Oh, that is very sweet.
你呢?
我, I am very grateful for the occasion, the possibility. Well, actually, the chance to had a really nice coffee with my friend yesterday. We haven't been having such leisure time for quite a long time. She gave birth to a lovely little kid around a year ago, which makes her very, very busy for the whole year. So being able to have 1 or 2 hours for only us in the coffee shop. It has been a quite sweet experience. And also, I am grateful for Nike not shouting out anymore in the morning, in the early morning. Nike is my cat. He's been meowing really early mornings these days.
Where did you get this name for
And
the cat?
Nike was like shouting out 大声的叫，大声的叫 shouting out a lot in the morning. It's around 5 or 5:30, which is too early for me. And he's getting rid of that habit, so I'm very grateful.
Did you put him in a cage or what?
No, I would never do that. He's a free cat.
Just lock him in the bathroom. That works too.
I don't do that. Stop recommending those tips to your pet keeping friends. And the last but not least, this morning when I'm going into work, into the office, I just saw a particularly beautiful tree. Even though it's already winter, the tree still got all its leaves and they're golden yellow. We say 金黄色的树叶, golden color of the leaves. It's very beautiful. And with that 1 second, I stopped and watched and I was happy. So I was very grateful to those things.
It's really nice. And just one more time in Chinese, I'm grateful for. So 我感恩, how would we say I'm grateful for something, something, something?
You can say 我感恩 and then start saying the things you think. Or, yes, I think that you can do.
Okay.
And okay, so actually previously, we have posted a picture and asking our friends online, our friends especially on Facebook, what are the things that they feel thankful for in their life. And we've got some very, very lovely response. Let's take a look at those response. I believe we have pictures of those words, and I'd like to read several of those. They are very lovely. For Jackson Tan, he said 挡风遮雨的家，陶冶性情的歌和赏心悦目的景. It actually means a roof over my head, so that I do not I'm not bothered by wind or by rain.
Yeah.
And 陶冶性情的歌, the kind of songs in the world, the beautiful music that makes me feel happier and more peaceful inside. And also 赏心悦目的景, all the beautiful scenes that I get to see with my eyes. So I think that's very beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And we have Ed Hay saying 对生活开心，我早起常吃好锻炼. I think what you are trying to say is 我感恩生活. So I'm very grateful for life, related to Tony's.
Yes. Being alive.
早起常, you want to say 常常早起, right? Get up early. Get up early. 吃好. Eat well.
Eating well. Yeah, that's
锻炼, exercise.
exercise.
That's a good one, right? And we have Walter Bruno Moses saying, could it be my comments? I'm just asking. And yes, it could be your comments. If we are happy to include you here, and in the future, if you want to say anything to us, please leave the comments in the comment section of I Learn Chinese Any Post. We will definitely see them and definitely reply when we do. So yes. And also we have Fakey saying, still enjoying breath, live with my poor humble family, and keep doing my job no matter how people look at me. I think happiness in life often depends on how you look at it, depends on your perspective, and somehow if we are grateful, life would throw much beautiful things at us.
Yeah, it's your angle, how you look at things, and if you're really positive and just being, I think it's a blessing just being able to work. So it's I think that's a really good point.
Totally a good point. And Gregory said, 太阳刚刚穿过云层，风已停止吹，今天的海滩非常好. That is also beautiful. I think it can even be a tiny little poem in Chinese. It's saying the sunlight has just gone through the wind, gone through the clouds, and the wind has just stopped blowing. And today, the beach looks very lovely. See, 3 things to be thankful for.
Yeah.
Very lovely. And we have got another one from Alex Varley saying, thankfully, because you are teaching us about Chinese culture and language at the same time. See, lovely. And I am super thankful for that comment.
You're thankful for flattery, yes?
I always. And we've got a lovely one from Jason, which is my personal favorite. Jason said that my kitten's loud enjoyment of sitting on my shoulders watching my activities. That's the first thing.
Did he say kittens like cats?
Yes.
Oh, he's a cat person too, huh?
Yep. And the second being singing with my daughter. And the third thing being aloe plant's new mini me sprout. See, like I said, I think we've discussed this a little bit already, but in our life, there are tiny little things that are very surprising but very lovely all the time. And in Chinese, we have this expression 小确幸. 确幸. So 小 means small. 确 is 确定, certain, definite and certain. 幸 is 幸运, lucky things. So there are tiny little but very certain lucky things in the world that we can totally be thankful for and be able to appreciate. And they would sometimes even light up our days.
Yeah.
Those
If you let
tiny
it, yeah.
things. Exactly, if you let it. So in Chinese, not only do we have a lot of ways to say you're welcome, we also have many sophisticated ways to say thank you. And there are a lot of thank you related stories, but I think we will save it for a next episode in the future, because this brings us to the end for today's Takeaway Chinese. I'm Niuniu with Tony here in the studio. And that would be the ending of the recording session, because I cannot wait to read some of your comments on Facebook. I believe after reading some of your comments to the picture, you guys would also probably give me some of your insights, some of your angles of even the tiny little but certain and lovely, happy, lucky things in your life that is probably putting a smile onto your face.
Yeah.
So let's see. Oh, Cortland Edge, happy to have you here. Thank you. You know, once I did a connecting live stream with Cortland. It's that when I'm doing live streams on my personal page, I get to invite people. And when I do, I'll invite them and they will start their camera, talk to me, and people would see both of our faces in the screen. So in the future, probably we can do a little bit more of that as well, and invite more friends to show your face and ask your questions. Be nice. And also, again, our friends who's speaking Arabic saying thank you for stay here in Facebook instead of Weibo. Facebook is very interesting and cool. I'm on Weibo too. I'm just I'm just using multiple platforms, but thank you for thanking me, I guess. Oh, that's another way of answering thank you. When I think it's the same thing in English. When people say thank you, you say thank you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do that too. We say 应该谢谢你. I should be thanking you. 应该谢谢你, right? We say 应该谢谢你. That works too. And Christian saying, good idea, Tony. Now we can have many frozen faces of Niuniu for memes. See, you're just giving people bad influence. You're a bad influence.
It seems that way. Huh? It's awesome. Got to keep things interesting. Right on. Collect them.
See, if it's not my face, it'll be more interesting. Do Tony's face. And Giovanni saying, how come we don't see Tony's shows? What are they on? His shows are music related. I saw somewhere. Yes, it's Music Talks. Actually, they are mostly podcast shows, but we do some videos as well.
Yeah, we're getting into the video element where we're going and we're recording some of the interviews and some of the performances. So you'll be seeing more of me doing that really soon. And if you like ghost stories, there's Dark Studio.
Yes.
You can always tune in and listen to that. And I got a few more programs coming up over the next few months. So just Yeah, just actually on this program, I'll let you know when it's released.
Exactly. You can stay with your I Learn Chinese to learn more about not only Chinese, but also Tony and Tony's new shows. Right?
Right.
Just getting a lot of advantages. And we see, I'm casting you watching in big screen, Niu Honglin. You are so very smart lady. Oh, thank you. 梅麦克 saying 非常感谢你. You're very, very welcome. 你太见外了，不需要感谢我。And we have many or more of you, Giovanni, saying, just saw two kangaroos hop past while I'm listening to you. Are you being thankful for that?
Yeah.
Because I would.
Yeah. I mean, how many have you ever seen a kangaroo hop past somewhere or?
Actually, when I was having a road trip in Australia,
Yeah.
two kangaroos passed right in front of the window. We have to wait for them to pass the road, to cross the road, and then continue to go.
Yeah, you better.
You wait for them, yes.
I mean, the kangaroos look really nice on camera, but like they're like really dangerous
They
too.
are strong.
Yeah.
They knock you over with one
That's
feast,
right.
one throw of a feast.
Yeah.
Oof. And let's see, what are some other ones? Aw. Giovanni saying, my cats go down the street. Does Nike get to Niuniu? No, Nike is a mousy little cat. Very, very mousy. Nike would never.
What's a mousy cat?
A mousy cat is a very scary, a scared cat.
Oh, a scaredy cat, huh?
Yeah, he is the kind of cat that would go under the cover when some strangers get into. Well, when I say strangers, it's strangers to him. They're my friends. When they visit me, Nike would go under the cover, and you can see a tiny little hump under the cover. That is my cat. So yeah, easy to find, but mousy cat. And Christian saying 牛牛猫. I'm thankful that I can start to shout in the early morning again, starting tomorrow. Just kidding. Okay, so no. Nike's not gonna do that. Possibly, I don't know.
He can just put him in the bathroom.
I'm not doing that, and he has a very free spirit, so he does whatever he does. See, that's it. Max saying, happy Thanksgiving from here in Washington, D.C. And also thank you, Niuniu and Tony.
All right.
You're
Happy
very, very
Thanksgiving. All
welcome.
right.
Yeah, and actually thank you for being here. And one last question from Fahim, who is actually asking a really Chinese-related question. You're asking, 发送和派有什么区别? I'll address that if you allow me.
Sure.
发 is send, we know. Pai also carries the meaning of send, but pai carries a little bit of this thing is assigned to you in advance. And then when you're sending it, it's like it's assigned to you from my end, and I am now sending it over. So if you order something, the shop owner would 派件, so sending things to you because he has already, maybe let's say he assigned different things for different people and he's sending it to you. So that's 派, that's tiny little difference carried between 派and 发. And 送 is like deliver, send and deliver. And 送 is more often used also as the meaning of give. So 送礼物, I'm giving you a present, which means that I'm giving it to you free of charge, of course. So 送发派, but generally they are really pretty close. And that's the thing about the Chinese language. They have tiny little difference in cognitions or something, but most of the times you can use them interchangeably. And it depends on the actual context as well as the, let's say, set phrases you're using. Okay, so that is it for that question. And we have Christian saying, today I finished another Chinese course. I'm thankful I passed the exam of HSK2. Well, congratulations.
Congratulations on
Very
that.
happy. Yes, good for you.
HS2, huh?
I would force Tony to go to some of the tests in the future. Let's see, test his skill and level. All right. I think this actually is the end of the live streaming of today. And hopefully after today's live stream, you guys got enough words of thank you and you're welcome in your pocket and not too many still picture of me and Tony as memes. But still, thank you guys so much for being with us, especially for those of you who are staying with us despite the not very well internet connection. Thank you so very much. We'll address that problem as soon as possible, and hopefully next time, instead of having a PowerPoint presentation, you would be able to actually watch the live stream video.
Yeah.
All right.
我们感恩。
我们很感恩。
很感恩。
感恩。
好好。
Yes. All right. Thank you guys so very much. We'll see you next time, I guess.
See you next time, guys.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us.